Before the sun appeared on the horizon, London was already awake. The day did not begin with an alarm, nor with artificial light flooding the rooms, but with the almost imperceptible change in the sky. In London, during the 1650s, life depended directly on natural light. When the first glow emerged through the fog, wooden doors opened, footsteps echoed through narrow streets, and movement began quietly and gradually. People woke up not by choice, but by necessity. Working, selling, transporting, and moving through the city were only possible while daylight allowed people to see. The city learned to function in harmony with the sun, adjusting its rhythms to the time available. This detail shaped everything: schedules, distances, habits, and even physical exhaustion. London did not rush. It waited for the light to arrive, because without it, the city simply could not exist. When the sun set, London changed its personality. The same city that felt alive and full during the day became restrained, tense, and cautious at night. Darkness was not just the absence of light, but a real danger. Poorly lit streets concealed risks, unwanted encounters, and uncertain paths. Only a few windows displayed the weak glow of candles, creating small islands of light surrounded by deep shadows. People avoided unnecessary movement, walked faster, and spoke more quietly. Night imposed clear limits on urban life. Unlike modern cities, London did not extend itself beyond sunset. It withdrew. Fear, partial silence, and limited visibility turned every nighttime journey into a calculated decision. When the light disappeared, the city shrank with it. In a city without electricity, even light had economic value. Candles were not a common item, but a small luxury. Made from tallow or wax, they required time, raw materials, and money. For this reason, most households used as little light as possible. A single candle illuminated an entire room, drawing everyone closer together. Light was never wasted. Each flame had to last. This detail shaped behavior inside the home. Nights were shorter, conversations more intimate, gestures more restrained. Reading was rare, and writing at night was almost impossible for many. Darkness determined the end of the day. In London, light was not abundant. It was measured, respected, and used only when truly necessary. If there was one indispensable element in any London home of the 17th century, it was fire. More than comfort, it represented survival. The hearth provided warmth, cooked food, illuminated space, and brought people together. Without fire, the household stopped functioning. Flames were carefully maintained, protected from wind and moisture. Smoke spread through the rooms, permeating clothes, walls, and the air itself. The uneven glow of the fire created moving shadows, turning interiors into living, unstable spaces. Fire demanded daily attention, but it also offered security. Around it, families organized their lives, shared meals, and brought the day to an end. In a London without electricity, fire was the heart of domestic life. In London streets, everything depended on the human body. Without engines, machines, or artificial speed, the city moved through the force of legs, arms, and backs. Porters carried heavy goods, carts creaked slowly along the roads, and pedestrians competed for every available space. Physical effort was visible and constant. The city was built for those who walked, not for those who accelerated. Distances were felt in the body, not measured in time. Fatigue was part of every journey. This rhythm shaped the size of the city, local commerce, and even social relationships. London grew within the limits of what the human body could sustain. Movement was not just part of the landscape, it was the city's very mechanism. Few people imagine that in London during the 1650s, the river was more important than many streets. The Thames functioned as the city's main avenue. Boats transported goods, people, and information more efficiently than any land route. The riverbanks were always active, with cargo being loaded, unloaded, and redistributed. The river connected neighborhoods, markets, and the outside world. It was through the Thames that distant products arrived and through which London remained integrated into international trade. In a city without electricity and without engines, water offered fluidity. The Thames did not merely cut through London, it organized its rhythm, its economy, and its daily survival. Without personal clocks, time was heard before it was understood. The sound of church bells structured daily life. They announced the beginning of work, moments of prayer, gatherings, and even emergencies. People adjusted their movements to the sound spreading through the air. Bells did not measure minutes, but organized habits. They reminded everyone that time was collective, not individual. In London, no one carried time in their pocket. It came from above, echoing across rooftops and streets. This detail created a city synchronized by sound, where the day advanced in shared stages, guided by waves of sound moving through the fog. London was also experienced through the sense of smell. Without modern sanitation, odors were part of everyday life. Markets, animals, waste, and smoke blended in the air. Wet streets trapped smells that changed with weather and time of day. For those who lived there, this was not an exception, but normality. The body learned to filter, ignore, and adapt. Smell indicated where one was and what was happening nearby. It was an involuntary form of information. The city revealed itself not only through sight, but through what lingered in the air. Even without electricity, London was never truly quiet. Sound was part of its urban identity. Vendors shouted their goods, tools struck surfaces, wooden wheels creaked, and voices overlapped. Noise was constant, organic, and unpredictable. The absence of machines did not mean the absence of sound. On the contrary, human noise dominated the space. Streets functioned as a social stage, where news traveled, conflicts emerged, and life unfolded in full view. London expressed itself through sound, creating an auditory landscape as alive as it was chaotic. As daylight began to fade, the city slowed down. Sunset was not just a beautiful moment, but a clear signal. Streets emptied, commerce closed, and homes shut their doors. Windows went dark one by one. Without electricity, there was no way to artificially extend the day. The city depended on the sun to fully exist. At night, London did not disappear, but it contracted. Life concentrated in small pockets of light, while everything else sank into darkness. The day ended when the light ended. Without electricity, London breathed at the rhythm of nature and the human body. The city did not rush, did not illuminate excess, and did not exceed its physical limits. Every detail of daily life was shaped by available light, human effort, and natural time. When we observe this London of the past, it becomes clear that the modern world did not appear suddenly. It was built slowly upon simple habits, invisible restrictions, and constant adaptation. To understand this city is to understand how the absence of technology shaped people, spaces, and behavior. If this reconstruction helped you see the past with new eyes, subscribe to the channel and share in the comments which detail surprised you the most.